This episode of the Infinite Thinking Machine is sponsored by Q, the K-12 High-Speed Network, and the San Francisco School of Digital Filmmaking. Woohoo!
All right, welcome to ITM Live. I'm Chris Walsh, and I am sitting here with the incomparable Robert Craven, who is the president of the Q board.
That's probably the best introduction I've had ever, I think.
Really?
Chris. Yeah.
Just incomparable?
Yeah.
I could add all sorts of adjectives on there.
You really could.
Anyhow, we wanted to chat for a few minutes about Q in general. As the president of the board, you're probably somewhat qualified to talk about Q.
I hope I am, yeah, a little bit.
So maybe we could start by just talking a little bit about the exciting things that are kind of happening across Q. You know, a lot of people come to the conference and this is their only experience with Q, and they don't really know all the different things that Q's involved in. So rattle off some of those great things that people know more about.
Sure. I think it's really exciting because especially this year where we're already looking at well over 5,000 people here at the conference. I mean, we have so many new members that are joining us.
It's like 1995 all over again.
It is. We're in our time machine. But it's great. And so what I really hope is that these people, that as they come to the conference, they get excited in these classes. They see, John Crippos, they see the Mark Hammonds, they see these incredible speakers that we have, that when they hit back to their campus and they're going to have that energy for a while, and that's going to carry them through. And then to realize that we have these affiliates that put on amazing events in their local area. Each county, for the most part, has an affiliate, a region has an affiliate where we have Q leadership. We have our local Q leadership. They're there. They're pushing hard to set up professional development, to have a mini conference where you're going to be there with, 100 to 500 of your best friends talking about technology.
And that's usually a good spot too. Like if you came here, not everybody from your school came here, right? So it's a way to get other people from your school to have a Q experience, right?
It is, and what's the other great part is a lot of those are on Saturday, so you can take the whole school. You don't have to worry about getting subs, for instance, so you can get your whole school there. We're now seeing these coffee queues pop up in the morning where people are getting together in small groups to have coffee, talk about technology for an hour before school.
Q Brew for the
yes,
other crowd.
yes. So Q Brew, which is the one I prefer to take part in the afternoon. You get together with some friends and talk about Q. So there's a lot of ways to stay engaged that way with the community and really patch you over between now and March when we're here in Palm Springs and our fall conference up in Napa during October. So that kind of keeps people going, keeps them in tune with their colleagues that they meet here and their new friends that they have to collaborate with.
And of course, there's other individual projects that Q supports, like the Infinite Thinking Machine and On Q and other things as well.
We have those. We have professional development that Q runs a whole gamut of professional development opportunities. So we can get a John Crippo to come out and do a rock star for your school, which is incredible.
I know. Who is this John Crippo?
If he was only coming up on stage in a few minutes, that would be perfect. But that's one of the great things about Q is that you can come here and you can see these terrific speakers, but then you can actually bring them to your district. You can bring them to your school to interact with your teachers in even a smaller setting. So you really get that opportunity to have a whole day of learning with them, which I think makes Q unique and that we're able to do that.
Well, the amazing thing to me too is that what most people don't know is that most of this activity is volunteer or member-led. Yes. The Q staff itself is pretty small. I mean, they do an amazing job, right? But still pretty small. And so it's really this community helping each other. Even the workshops are often led by not Q staff, right? By teachers in the field.
That's just it. That's what's great about Q is that we have a staff of 8-9 people. So we have a small staff for such a large organization, and the affiliates are all run by volunteers. They're people that are teachers, they're tech directors, they're principals, they're assistant soups, but they're stepping up to the plate. They want to get back to Q. They want to support Q because they've had so much from it, or they've gotten so much from it. So they go to their affiliate and they provide leadership in their affiliate. And what's great is some of them then come up and become Q board members and lead Q as a larger organization as well, which is fabulous.
The Q board obviously operates in clandestine, secret,
yes, exactly,
secret behind closed doors.
That's right.
There's a secret handshake and all that that I haven't learned yet. So maybe demystify for everybody out there kind of what the Q board's role is, how you get on the Q board, the responsibilities, etc.
Well, that's great. Well, the first part there on how you get on the Q board, that's perfect because
money talks.
Sure. No, for the Q board, we have a board of 9 members. We every year elect 3 new members to the board or re-elect current board members, and that's done by the members. And the great thing is that the election started already. We recently announced the 6 people running this year, and starting tomorrow here at the conference, they can begin voting. So they can start voting tomorrow. They have a month to go ahead and vote for the people they want. We have representatives from throughout the affiliates throughout the state that are running. So it's nice because people have a chance to get the folks that they're able to connect with on the board.
And once elected, what does the board
Right.
usually focus on?
So you serve for 3 years, and the focus changes a little bit over my 5 years now. I've seen that we've had a number of years focusing on professional development or the conference. Currently this year, what I'm really excited about is we're in the midst of our strategic plan. So every 5 years, we come back and work on the strategic plan. That's where we are right now. We're wrapping that process up here during April, May. We'll have our final vote on it and unveiling of the new strategic plan in July, and that'll guide the organization for the next 5 years. It brings up a lot of different component pieces for us because we see ourselves looking at how does professional learning impact CUE and what can CUE do for the teachers in the classroom, for our administrators, for our districts around professional learning and be a great benefit for them.
So now I won't tell anybody, I promise.
Okay.
I won't tell anybody.
You can't.
And we'll only show this to 5,000 of our closest friends.
Okay,
So
all right.
Can you give us any hints of some of the things that we can look forward to since you're working on the strategic plan moving forward for CUE?
I think we're going to see better correlation. Our professional learning is growing dramatically, so we're going to see some new specialized rock stars that we're getting ready to launch this year. We have one specifically around Final Cut. So if you want to come and learn Final Cut,
some people might not know that Rockstar is an actual event.
Thank you. Yes, there are people. I'm sorry.
As to bringing Bono in.
Yes. No, we don't. Well, we do the Bono of the ed tech world. I think really. No, thank you for pointing that out. But the Rockstar is a brand of professional development that we have, where we bring in 3 or 4 presenters to work with your staff, with your school, with your area, and they facilitate for a day, 2 days, professional learning. And you get high caliber professional learning happening in those 2 days where your people are able to collaborate with one another and really, I think, look at how technology impacts the classroom. And that's a special opportunity. So and there's a small cult, if you'll notice, within CUE. It seems like there's a cult around the rock star. And so it's fun
like
to
they're
launch.
actually rock stars.
Exactly. Very
aptly named.
Yes. So we're launching some new rock stars this year, and I think just seeing our professional development continue to expand. The Google Teacher Academies, of course, that we do here are always a big hit. So we'll have a few of those coming up this year, and I think a little bit more. So stay tuned.
So stay tuned. I get it. You're playing it sly.
I got to lead a little bit. Yeah.
I got it. Teasing us. Okay. So my last question, I'd love for you to kind of project out to the future. LeVar Burton's here, so I've got holodeck sort of in my head, right? So imagine that we're in the CUE holodeck in 10 years. Where do you think CUE will be in 10 years?
Wow. That's great. I'm just amazed. You did. To even think that we would be at the point we're at right now when I joined the board 5 years ago was just a stretch. So, I think that 10 years from now, we're going to have an even larger community, but it's going to be a more cohesive community. These friendships that people have been building here, the collaborations that are happening, that especially the technology, the way it's allowing us to see, educators in San Diego working with classrooms up in San Francisco and students collaborating, that the technology is only going to get better, and so 10 years from now we'll probably be, maybe we'll have 10,000 people here at the conference, 12,000.
It'd be crazy.
Wouldn't it be amazing?
We'd have mini conferences within the conference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see great pieces that way that CUE will be able to support, and I think the professional learning is becoming more important than ever, especially as we move to Common Core, and the way that technology now is no longer just an add-on piece for the classroom. What's been so fun, I think, for a lot of us the last 18 months, 2 years, is as we've constantly been talking about, technology is great for that, technology is wonderful for this, and sometimes we're at the kids table at the district meetings, and suddenly it's an integral part, and you have all teachers are talking about the benefit they're seeing with technology. So I think that's going to make a real interesting 10 years here for us.
Looking for more great ideas? Check out infiniteThinking.org to catch all previous episodes, as well as links to everything featured in this show. And if you've got mad love for the ITM, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And remember, you are the Infinite Thinking Machine.
You are the Infinite Thinking Machine.